About 2 years ago, we took our jazz big band to New Orleans to a national competition.
And the rest, as they say, is history. The Lakewood Jazz Ensemble came away with the big hardware. A sweep of the big prizes in New Orleans at the Performing Arts Consultants Music Festival. It set the stage for still another huge honor and appearance. And now it's on to New York and the famed Apollo Theater, where some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry have performed. It's where the Lakewood High School Jazz Ensemble will be in April, following an invitation to participate in the 2018 New York City Jazz Festival. So how do these Lakewood students feel about all this?
There's a lot of modern jazz groups that are focused in New York, like Jazz at Lincoln Center, and a big portion of the music industry is centered in New York. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna see an aspect of music that we haven't seen before. We got the New Orleans traditional side. Now we're going to the real nitty-gritty side of jazz specifically. And I know we're taking a tour of some museums down there. We're going to see the 9/11 Memorial, which is really exciting. And I'm just really excited to see a city, like the city of my dreams, pretty much.
How did this jazz band get this good? Good enough to be invited to play in the New York City Jazz Festival at the Apollo Theater, no less? Well, for one thing, they have an outstanding band director who has been leading the cause for more than 8 years. And for another reason, the band's reputation draws a large number of young, talented musicians.
You know, I shadowed here when I was in 8th grade, and I played with their jazz band, and I heard about how good it was. And when I heard them play, I was blown away. I was honored to be able to play with them. And the whole reason I went to Lakewood was so I'd be able to play with them. And it's been incredible. I love playing with them. It's a lot of fun.
I think we're all really tight together. We're a close family, not just a band. And ever since we all got together at the beginning of the year, we've just started clicking together. And I'm very happy and proud to be a part of this group, as I think we're going to do great things this year and more years to come.
Here we have all of these young people being drawn to music. But what is it that makes jazz so special to them?
Well, I played classical bass all throughout middle school, and I figured, I'd love to play jazz in the jazz band. So I joined in, but they had this really amazing bass player named Jonah Hollander. So at the time, they wanted me in keyboard, so I started with that. And we went to New Orleans, and we took back the first place prize in an national competition. And from there, Jonah left, so I took the bass, and it's been a wonderful experience. We play all around the community, and it's one of the best things I could have done joining the school.
I listen to a lot of different types of music. I think that most types of music have some type of redeeming factor behind it, but I think jazz is just such a beautiful form of music, and I think that it has so many intricate parts to it that are really interesting to hear.
I was a rock and roll guitarist in 8th and 9th grade, and I got in a little more classical guitar when I went into my freshman year, but sophomore year, my guitar instructor sent me a text that said, hey, the jazz combo needs a corded instrument because the guy who usually plays piano can't go to this gig. Can you sit in with them? And I had never played jazz before, and I said, I'll try. I don't know what jazz guitar is like. So I went into one rehearsal and they gave me a list of songs, and I said, well, that's not that bad. And I went home and I learned them, and then I played at that gig, and afterwards I just remember feeling this pure exhilaration, like my first time performing live at a non-concert type venue. And once I left, I knew that this music is the music I was born to play. So I continued to study jazz guitar. Like I said, it was before New Orleans, so I wasn't that serious about it. But right before New Orleans, I picked up the saxophone and I said, man, this instrument is beautiful. This is my instrument, and I stuck with it. And from that point onward, jazz has been a huge, huge part of my life.
I feel like I was kind of a natural at it. I was really lucky to have a ton of great private instructors to help me get along. I never thought it was all too difficult, but I could never be where I was without my teachers.
To be honest, the people you meet and the things you learn from Mr. K, he teaches you all about the theory and the playing and the soulfulness and the art of it, because it's not necessarily about all the particular notes and how they happen. That's craft, but it's feeling something as you're playing. That's the true art of music, and that's what he teaches us.
My family is not really the musical type. My dad is an accountant and my mom is a nurse, so you don't really, hear music unless it's like background sounds or like we're listening to something or while we're doing something. So music never really came to my head as like a priority thing. So when I just suddenly found it while I was in middle school, I didn't think much of it at first, but then as the days went along, it became something I just wanted to keep on doing and never stop.
When I listen to music, I'm always listening to for licks or like something that someone plays that's really cool or really interesting that I want to play for myself, and I'll go home and I'll just try to learn that, and then I'll try to use that in other contexts as well.
I think it's really important that people, and specifically adults, continue to support music education in the lives of children, because a lot of times there's a certain degree of discouragement that you get, and it's not unwarranted, because like I said, it's very hard to be a musician. But for me at least, it's very near and dear to my heart, and I feel as if a greater degree of support from the people that came before me would go a long way towards helping me work to achieve my dreams, because it takes hard work. And I really appreciate all the support we have here at Lakewood High School, and I look forward to seeing what's to come.
We've heard a lot about the Lakewood Jazz Ensemble, so let's take a moment and listen to its sound. Raising funds for the trip to New York is ongoing. The group called the Lakewood Jazz Ensemble has a CD on sale to help, calling it Swingin' on 54th.
If there's anyone interested in owning our new project entitled Swingin' on 54th, you can purchase it online at SpartanBandBoosters.org. And it's only on $10, and that money will go towards getting us to New York and all of our future endeavors. We would love if you would like one of these. Also, if you're able to donate to our program, you can donate on the same website. Thank you very much.
We wish the Lakewood Jazz Ensemble the best on their trip to the Big Apple. That's about it for this edition of Spectrum. We hope you have enjoyed our program. I'm Jonathan Ogle, and we'll see you next time.